Young and the Restless. Nick and Sally heat up soon? Major reunion clues drop. Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, says no to getting back with his ex-wife. At the same time, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope's relationship may also be falling apart. So that has us wondering if these exes are going to res park soon. We're going to talk about some big signs that Nick and Sally may get back together. They may get a relationship redo. Nick rejects Sharon's advances. Is a reunion off the table on Young and the Restless? Recently, Nick addressed the elephant in the room with Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. Because Nick has noticed that Sharon seems to be leaning into him in recent months expectantly. And Nick got the feeling Sharon wanted something to happen between them. And yes, she was hoping for that exact thing. But when Nick asked her if she was looking for them to get back together, Sharon seemed a little embarrassed. But Sharon admitted she gets lonely and she definitely has thought about them reuniting. And then, I think optimistically, she asked if Nick has ever thought about being with her again. However, she's leaning in and hoping. But he told Sharon very nicely that while he has thought about it, he also thinks about how much he hurt Sharon in the past. And Nick really likes the friendship he and Sharon have, and he does not want to risk it. So it's not that Nick doesn't care about Sharon, but he feels like he's just not the man for her, not the guy that should be in her life. And I expect Nick will probably remain firm on that decision and keep Sharon firmly in the friend zone. And that means Nick needs love in his life, 'cause it's been a minute since he's had a relationship at all. Phyllis and Billy's rekindled connection. Will Sally be left heartbroken? Meanwhile, his ex-girlfriend, the last person he was really serious about, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, may be destined to have her heart broken soon. Right now she's dating Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, and things have been going well. They like each other a lot, but they're not in love, and this is not some epic romance. Plus, Sally may end up losing Billy to Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, soon, because not only were they promised a triangle, but there's just a lot of red flags. I don't even know if it's going to go to triangle, and it may just go to split. Now, Billy doesn't want to hurt Sally. But Phyllis doesn't care too much about her, and Red is in a bad place, and he's trying to help her out. Billy is there for Phyllis. Next week, Billy's there to pull Phyllis up off the floor when she melts down, and ever since she and Sharon went through the kidnapping ordeal, Phyllis has been falling apart. Summer has reported that to us. So now Phyllis is turning to Billy, and she feels like he's the only one who can help her through this. So, Phyllis has a tangled romantic history with Billy on Young and the Restless. But before the kidnapping, Phyllis got a shock when she had that daydream about Billy on Valentine's Day. And in the dream, Phyllis showed up in Paris to find Billy alone because Sally had left town to run back to Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. So that left Billy single, and in the most romantic city in the world. And Phyllis was there, and she and Billy started to get romantic, and then Phyllis woke up completely stunned. It surprised her that she had lingering feelings for Billy that she didn't even realize were sitting there and festering and growing. Phyllis missing made Billy think. When Phyllis went missing, it really shook up Billy. He was truly worried about her, and he couldn't imagine losing Phyllis. So it looks like there are unexpected feelings on both sides of that equation that they were both kind of clueless about. Now, Billy doesn't want to hurt Sally. Phyllis doesn't like Sally very much, and Phyllis has been utterly alone for quite a while, and of course, she was totally thwarted when she was trying to steal Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, from Christine Cricket Blair, Laura Lee Bell. Out of spite, that didn't work out, lots of rejection there. So there's just a lot of signs pointing to Phyllis and Billy getting back together. Hopefully, Billy would break it to Sally gently before he crossed a line and got physical with Phyllis. However, I will say that it's likely that Billy will not break it to Sally gently first because he's been unfaithful in the past, and he may just cheat. Will Nick and Sally reunite? Exploring the possibilities on Young and the Restless. Either way, it looks like Sally may also be free and single soon, and that would leave both her and Nick at loose ends at the same time with a very interesting history. So Young and the Restless may be setting the stage for Sally to reconnect with Nick. And if you remember, Sally and Nick had a deep connection. They had a great relationship. The problem was two things. First, she had lingering feelings for Adam that she couldn't shake off. And then it didn't help matters when Sally found out she was pregnant with Adam's child, and then lost the baby. Sally and Adam were kind of bonding over that. But Sally really did want to love Nick, and she really liked him a lot, and I think he was falling for her. Now it's a couple of years later, and Adam has ruined things with Sally because he cheated on her with Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan. So Sally is completely done with Adam, that is well and truly over. And equally as important, Adam has finally let Sally go, and he is falling head over heels for Chelsea again. So, that means Adam is a non-issue and no threat if Sally starts dating Nick again. All the stars seem to be aligning. It may be the perfect time for Sally and Nick to try again, and without outside interference, they could be a great couple, and maybe they just needed some time for Sally to truly get over Adam and put him behind her. Nick has never waited around for Sally on YandR. You can't force getting past something. You got to let your heart heal. And of course, Nick hasn't been sitting around knitting and waiting for Sally. He's just been single and kind of preoccupied because of all the Newman family drama. But now if Nick truly doesn't want to give things with Sharon another chance, which seems to be what he's sticking to, well, this could finally be Nick and Sally's time to see where things could go with them. Without any roadblocks, without any interference from outside sources, just the two of them really giving it a go, and this time it could last. We'll see what happens, but I do have to say I really liked Nick with Sally. If he wasn't going to wind up with Sharon, and despite how much I enjoyed Adam with Sally, and less so with Chelsea, that seems to be done and dusted thanks to Josh Griffith's writing.